Well, I'm a little out of breath because I filled my trusty little green wagon with apple juice and eggs and a bushel basket of apples and some other things that need to come out here to the root cellar. By the time I loaded it, I got it pulled up the little hill that we have to the root cellar. Wore this old prairie girl out. Guess it leaves me huffing and puffing. That's what it does. But just trying to go through and sort out the groceries that I did. I've done 3 days of a stocking up. Usually Costco, I try to do a big order like I did last week, a couple times a year at least. And then this last week, our local grocery stores both had sales that I wanted to get different things, and so that's what I did the last couple days. And it's all been in my house, on the floor, on the cupboard, on the table, and needed to be taken care of. So I'm trying to do that in between catch up. So anyway, I brought my wheelbarrow or my wagon in here full, and I'm going to unload some stuff and head back to the house. We've got lunch cooking, and it'll be time for both Cowboy and I to just have a little break, kick his feet up. He's been out hauling some bales of hay back into the yard from the main feed pen. So he's been busy doing that with the pickup. And I'm just trying to do a catch up on the homestead. So thanks for popping by. So I've wrapped what apples I had bought in individual pieces of newspaper. They're going to go back in here in the root cellar, and those will be just kept for eating. When we want a cold apple, we can come out and grab an apple. I do have 3 boxes actually coming from my daughter's friend's little girl, but they will not come till March. But when those 3 boxes of apples come, they should keep in this cold root cellar all summer. We should have fresh apples clear until fall, I'm thinking. That's my plan. I also got a box of oranges from her, so that's going to be the first ones to see how they do. We're still getting a lot of eggs, so I decided to bring another basket out of those, but I'm going to go ahead and set this basket down over here, and those apples need to be wrapped actually too with newspaper. So here's our basket of eggs. See if I can get them out without breaking them all. And yes, I do have a stash again. These are all from the last month, but we did not get winter last year until February, and then we got hit hard with a big, long, drawn-out winter. And yes, right now my chickens are laying, but if we decide, or it decides, that we are going to get winter again, I will still have a backup supply, and these are going to be good for a couple months at least. And by then, we'll be able to know if we've got winter still set in, or if they've completely quit, and they may stay laying. I don't know. It's been a weird year all the way around, so time will tell. But this way, I know I have eggs to get me through till spring at least. So we've got some apple juice, organic. We like that, and if we leave it out here, it's so nice and cold when we want to get some. Another thing I really like is, and I'll probably have to take some more in, is a jar of our tomato juice that I used our steamer juicer to get. There's not hardly any pulp in here, and it's pretty thin, but it works great for soups, chilies. But the last jar I took in, we added some celery salt and onion salt, salt and pepper, stirred it up and drank it, and oh, it was good. So I'm going to take another one of these back with me. Over here, I've got more celery bought up. We've been eating a lot of celery and carrot sticks in the evening, and our carrots are gone, so I just try to keep this basket full for this, and this one I'll put on the top because that was what I had from before. These carrots have been really good. They are locally grown, and I'm guessing from the Hutterites. I'm not sure. But we've been eating carrot sticks at night. And so I left one bag in the refrigerator. And I brought more out here to last us. And they will keep really well that way. These things will go over here. And I'm trying with my bread out here this time. I don't know. I did buy extra bread, but we're not eating a lot of it. But I want to see, I'm sure with the preservatives, but every once in a while when we want some bread, I don't have it. And I'm just going to try a couple loaves out here. And within the next week or so, we'll probably have enough going on around that we'll use a lot of that up. This one, I actually need to pop it open, and I don't think I'll put these in here. One of these days I want to make some, either some salsa. Let's see, I'm looking around for a basket, but I'm not seeing one in here right now. Oh wait, here they are, over here. So we'll swing around, and I'll grab this little basket. Oh, no, that's green beans. Those should go over here, and where my seeds are. I've kept seeds. Ooh, and those are no good. So I know they're moldy. It's not going to work for the seeds in here. I wasn't thinking about that. Must be too moist. So my seeds are not, my seed keeping is not going to be good. I'm going to have to check this out now. This cupboard is usually, well, that feels pretty dry. But who knows, I might have ruined a lot of seed by putting them out here. I don't see any moisture. So those little dots I thought for a minute were moisture, but they're on the jar. So I'm gonna have to check this out. This might not be the place that I want to keep my seeds. I definitely see that as bad. So I'm still learning on this. We will try another basket, and maybe, oh, it's dusty in here. No, it's mold. So I'm gonna have to take this out. That ruined those too. So live and learn. And I didn't realize they got put up there. So that's not good. You know, we might have a few down in here, and then maybe the seeds inside are okay. These did not all get husked out. So guys, I'm just learning right along here. And it looks like the same thing for my radishes. I've got a lot of these out in the greenhouse still, but they do want to turn a little bit moldy. So I've learned those can't be in here. So one more thing to write down in my journal, right? I'm going to go ahead and dump these little babies right in here with these little pumpkins. I think they'll be fine there, as well as I have some more ginger root, or no, actually garlic. I've got garlic here, so I bet it'll go up in here. These look moldy, but they're not. They're good and firm, and maybe there's a slight mold there, but they're good still. So I'm going to go ahead, put my garlic in there. Maybe we'll set these out, a couple of them. And I've got some lemons I wanted to keep out here. I plan on making some haymakers punch. I think Cowboy would like that. He likes lemonade, and we made it last summer, and it's kind of a thirst quencher, so I thought maybe while he's building out in the shop, something like that would hit the spot. So anyway, we better take care of this that's been in here and drawing moisture. Our temperature seems to be staying, right? 37, 38, between there, between 36 and 38, I want to say. So everything else that we've got going in here is doing great, doing super great. But it does keep you busy, keeping an eye out on things. And I better get some more newspaper out here, and maybe for now I will just cover those apples with a box, because I need to go get some more newspaper so they're not throwing off gases. I'll do that for now. But anyway, headed back to the house. We've got lunch cooking, and it's just one of those days on the homestead that lots of little projects, and now I found me another project, so I've definitely got to get these seeds out of here, and I hope I have not ruined everything else in my cupboard that's got seeds. So I'll keep you updated on that. Be back soon. Well, I've made my second trip to the root cellar today. I'm bringing out another chunk of ginger root to store out here, and my last jars of my jelly, and I've got room right there to put them, and I'll have a good selection of apple cinnamon jelly on the shelf, and that's going to last us quite a while, because I think I counted 16 jars this year, and I had a few left from before, so it's going to last us quite a while. Well, once again, I'm out giving the goats just a little bit more hay, and the donkeys, to tide them over until tomorrow, and I'm out gathering eggs. There's a little bit of a breeze. All in all, it's pretty nice out for Montana, so we'll just go gather the eggs and check everybody out, make sure everything's good for the night. Cowboy's been out here once already today and fed them and made sure they had grain and water. So we'll just check the chicken coop and see. You know, we should take a peek over here at the greenhouse and just make sure I don't have a mouse nest or something in here that needs to be taken care of. I know it's a mess. I know it needs to be cleaned out. It's kind of a storage in the winter time, and it's looking pretty good. I've got all my trays and pots. This box is supposed to be lettuce seed, and there's a lot in there. So I think I could just take a chunk and shake it into a plastic bag or something, or a cup. The mouse poison on the floor doesn't look like it's been touched, so that's a good sign. Lots of planters and trays. It's just, you know, it's a stack. It's a mess until closer to the end of February, maybe March, but sometime in February I'll be out here. I'll do a deep clean. I'll get my trays ready, my cups, seed starting cups ready. Here is a big pile of radish seeds, and they actually kept very good out here. Root cellar, not so good. I've learned that we can't do that. So they're actually better out here, or if I took them in the house, but there's lots of little seeds in all these pods, so I could have a lot of radishes next year. I may go ahead and try canning some of the radishes so that I have them to drain the water off and go ahead and pan fry those. We're going to try that for next winter. I love radishes. I love frying them in butter and onions, and so I love radishes. But it's a mess. But until end of February, you know, it's just going to be my storeroom right now. So I'm headed back now to the chicken coop, and we'll see. Well, let's go in here in the old coop, because they have been laying in here, and I don't see any eggs in here right now. So maybe I got them back into the other coop in time. They might lay their eggs over there today, because I did bring out some old bread and they all wanted in there at the same time. So I did manage to get the, I think, 3 out of 4 hens back into their regular spot. But for the ones that keep flying out, they end up here in this old coop at night. And a lot of times they want to lay eggs in here too. So I always got to double check. So, okay. We will go check over here. It's a nice day on our homestead. Lots of little projects getting done. Little things that take time and need to be done. They start piling up and they stack up. Okay, look a little bit more. I'm always afraid that little flap there is gonna come down while I'm in the coop, and I'd be hollering for help. I'd be locked in. So I have to pull this door shut behind me. And I probably should hook it. Give me a minute. I'll shut you off and I'll be right back. Looks like a messy egg sometimes, and this nest is nice and clean, and this egg is nice and clean, but sometimes they get messy. Okay, let's go over here and see. Hey girls, I just dumped some old bread out there. You should be out there sharing. It's nice out. You should be outside instead of standing in the coop. Okay, for this mess under here now, maybe tomorrow, I will bring my pitchfork in, and all this under here, where they roost, where they stand a lot, is going to be excellent fertilizer. But what I'm going to do is take the pitchfork and flip it, just rotate it once. They will continue to scratch through it, and work it up. And come springtime, that compost is going to be excellent for my garden area. But I do need to take a little time, and maybe I should do that too. Maybe I'll go find a pitchfork and do it real quick and flip it. So here's some more eggs. But it's very hard to keep a chicken coop really clean. It just doesn't work when you've got several hens. If you just got 1 or 2, that would be a lot easier. But for me, not so easy. I try to keep it comfortable for them, and that's about it. So I'm going to go find a pitchfork and do that little job real quick. Okay, girls. Outside. Yeah, this is going to really be good compost. And we've had such nice weather that it's not even froze down. Normally this would really be froze down, and there's no way I'm going to get this flipped before springtime. But with the nice weather, it's just straw and it's chicken poop. So if I flip it and they scratch through it more, it's going to break it up. It's going to start turning into a mulch. And come springtime, it's going to be excellent for the garden. And it's not a big job. It's just take a few minutes and flip it. And they will enjoy going through this again and scratching. And I've almost got it already. So it doesn't take long at all, as you can see. But it is really a helpful thing to do in your chicken coop if you're not froze down, if the weather's been decent. Usually a lot of times I can't get into my coop and clean it till, you might get a nice day come, February or March, and after we've had a long winter and it's really built up in here. But I've been able to clean it, I think, twice now since my fall cleaning. And it keeps it so much nicer. There's no ammonia smell. And I try to keep the straw, I don't always get to keep it in the nest because my chickens like to scratch it out. So you just do what you do. But for coming in here, yes, it's dirty, it's filthy. That's a chicken coop. But if you keep it clean somewhat with your straw and give the girls a good clean place to lay, you're still going to get some really good eggs out of here. And we try to gather a couple times a day. So anyway, you don't need to finish watching me flip this, which is only going to take me a few more scoops, and I'm going to be done. So have a good day, and we'll catch you later. Thanks for stopping in. So this time of year for me, to come into my barn, it's kind of sad. It's kind of quiet. There's not a whole lot going on here. Not until I start having baby goats. And that will be later than normal for me. Usually I'm starting to have babies in March, and I think I've bumped it up to another month later into the spring, closer to May babies, end of April, 1st of May, just because I'm getting older. I don't like the night checks. I want it a whole lot nicer outside when they have babies. It's so much easier. And sometime I'm going to have to get out here and clean this barn. And I should be doing it while the weather is great. And that might be still on my list. I don't have a lot of it to clean. More the center part where we had let the donkeys stand in here through a storm. But all in all, it's pretty much going to be ready for springtime. You know, an hour in here and I could have it back ready to service all those nannies that will be having baby kids. And that's a fun time. That time of year, you'll find me out here a lot. Just because it's busy. They're having babies. I've got the pens over there where I put mamas with babies. I pack them hay, pack them water, clean their pens, keep everything strawed down. I'll let everybody in at night, and they sleep in this barn during kidding season, and so that if they have it while I'm not out here checking, they are going to have a nice dry spot, and they're going to be fine. But it gets exciting towards springtime, so I hope you keep following us. Right now is our downtime in the winter on our homestead. There's not a lot going on, and that I'm thankful for. We can rest, we can recoup, we can make our plans. One seed order did come in the mail yesterday. I've got a couple more I need to go ahead and call in and get those coming, but I'm so far off from planting seeds and whatnot. It's just kind of a pick-me-up in the middle of the winter. So, dreaming here as well. Won't be long. We'll have little baby goats running all over. We will have some baby calves. I'm hoping a baby donkey somewhere in between there. So you just never know. Just keep following us here on Homestead, and you'll get to see all of it firsthand right here. Well, before I go in, it's pretty nice out here. I thought I'd pop over here to my old building front porch. It's actually, there's our rocking chairs. It's actually the door into my garden area, which is back here. And it's a mess. It's waiting for spring. But we have a big fenced in 3 gardens back here. And it's a mess in here too, just like in the greenhouse. Things have blown around. Here's our mason bee house. And you can definitely see where they've been filling stuff in there. Now, these don't look so good. Oh yeah, there's seeds in there, and I bet they're still good. Lots of radishes. Lots of radishes. So it's just dream and wait for spring here. Well, thanks for joining me again. You got to see a little tour of the homestead today. I took you to the greenhouse, the chicken coop, my red barn, and you got to see my old front porch, my fake front porch. But it's a part of me. It's a big part of me. And this little spot where I have my 2 rocking chairs, Cowboy and I will sit together and have coffee or tea in the summertime, springtime, or I will come out here and I will have a chat with you folks. So if you're new to our channel, remember that with spring coming up and the summer months, there'll be a lot more happening on our homestead. The garden's back here. We'll be back there a lot, doing a lot of stuff there in the greenhouse. So follow us along. If you haven't found us over on Facebook, we have a Facebook page too. It's called Prairie Girl Farm, and we've got close to 3,000 folks over there. So if you don't know that we're there, pop over there, click the like button. If you're here on YouTube, thanks for following us. Click subscribe and give us a thumbs up or comment. Love to hear from you. So it is coffee time for sure. I know it is because the Amish kids just went by on their horses. By the time I get to the house, park my coffee, it's going to be 4 o'clock. And so it's coffee time. Take care. God bless. I'm going to get this video downloaded so you can see it. Bye-bye.